Hey guys, I'm actually on time. Lanky Mercedes girl. Hey Mercedes girl, Justy vegan goddess, Carpe Diem. Yeah, I have a couple new little things regarding the hotel that she stayed at, and I did a really crazy timeline, guys. And when you see this timeline, it's pretty scary. Let me get my phone so I can see chat in my bifocals, so Hummingbird doesn't yell at me. Oh, Carpe Diem. I pray. I don't know. It might be I don't know, guys. I honestly do not think that Brian is going to make it out of this alive. I just have that feeling that he's going to do something to himself. But wait till you guys see these days from this timeline. Let me go find the chat on the other side so that I can pull up these videos. Hey GB, Georgie, hello. Hey Casby. All right, let me share my screen. This is not going to be long, guys. I just want to show you some interesting things. Hey, Tawny C, I really like seeing you, girl. It's good to see you again. Okay, so let me go. We know that they paused the search for tonight, but we'll listen to the pause in a second. Let me show you guys. This one right here. Hi, Melissa, Debbie. I am Coyote, Carissa. I think I need to reset my internet box. Been driving this thing crazy.
Two-year-old woman who went on a road trip with her boyfriend and has...
In a book, you can be anything. I spied all over the world. I climbed the Eiffel Tower. Whatever you do, it's gonna be epic. Read today, be anything tomorrow.
Gabby Petito's family reported
concern is growing over the well-being of a 22-year-old woman who went on a road trip with her boyfriend and hasn't been seen since.
Gabby Petito's family reported her missing Saturday. She's from Long Island, New York. She and her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, left for a cross-country trip on July 2nd, documenting their journey on social media. But her family hasn't heard from her now since August, when she was believed to be near the town Grand Tetons in Wyoming.
I wasn't getting responses. I believed she was in a place with no service. It was like day 8, 9 that I really became concerned and figured she couldn't be off the grid for that long.
Police say they cannot comment on where the boyfriend might be. Police say Brian Laundrie's family has not spoken.
One sec, guys. I think that one played the next video.
Concern is growing over the well-being of a 22-year-old woman who went on a road trip with her boyfriend.
All right, it's going to make me read it to you guys. So the hotel where Gabby Petito was last seen is less than 700 feet from the FBI. So Salt Lake City, a nationwide search is underway for missing YouTuber Gabby Petito, who was last seen checking out of a hotel on August 24th, 2021. Sister station Fox 31 reached out to the Fairfield Inn and Suites after a station in Salt Lake City, Utah, confirmed that was where she was last seen. All the hotel staff could say was, "Unfortunately, we are not allowed to comment." The sister station also reached out to the FBI in Denver to independently confirm where Petito was last seen and are waiting to hear back. Gabby was a domestic abuser. I don't know who was a domestic abuser, but he came home and Gabby didn't. And poor Gabby's still missing. Well, now Brian's missing too, right? And then on the map, they just actually showed you where the hotel was and where the FBI was. 700 feet. Hey, Ashley. 700 feet away. All right, let's look at my little timeline, guys. Tawny says Brian is hiding. Yeah, he's been hiding for a long time. All right, guys. Now, these dates are pretty scary. So, July 2nd, Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie leave Blue Point, New York for a cross-country road trip. July 4th, Gabby posts photos on Instagram from Monument Rocks in Kansas. July 8th, Gabby posts photos with an Instagram geotag in Colorado Springs. July 10th, Gabby posts photos from Great Sand Dunes National Park and Preserve in Colorado. And that's just weird, like how much I say Brian reminds me of Chris Watts, and then they're, what is it called, sandboarding in the dunes? Yeah, it's creepy. July 10th, Gabby posts photos from Zion National Park in Utah. Oh, that's July 16th, sorry. July 10th, they were at the sand dunes. July 21st to the 22nd, Gabby posts photos from Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah. July 26th, Gabby posts photos from Mystic Hot Springs in Utah. July 30th, Gabby posts photos from Canyons Land National Park. Now, this one I added. I was looking through her Instagram, and I'm really blind. But on this was posted on the geotag August 12th, 2021 from Arches National Park. And here's where it gets a little creepy. Hey, Shredder. Hey, Michelle. I don't know why they don't fly those helicopters with the infrared, but who knows if he's even really still in or even went to that park. Maybe they just drove the car there to make it look like he was there. Like, I don't know. But this is where it gets really strange for me. August 12th, 2021, they're at the Moonflower Community Cooperative where Kylan worked from 9 to 3 p.m. That little health food restaurant store. The same day, that's when they get pulled over and we see Gabby and him on the cop cam. August 13th, that's when Crystal and Kylan were last seen at Woody's in Moab, Utah. Then on August 18th, Crystal and Kylan were found shot to death at their campsite. August 18th to the 23rd, Brian flies back to Florida to put Gabby's belongings in storage. On the 19th, Gabby and Brian post an 8-minute video documenting the beginning of their van life journey. The 21st, I'll read that here at the bottom. That's 9 days after the reported incident in Moab on August 21st, Joseph Petito said he had his last FaceTime call with his daughter. He said he helped order her food in Salt Lake City. No red flags that popped out, Mr. Petito said in a Zoom interview Tuesday from his home in Vero Beach. I'm trying to wrap my brain. Monday morning quarterback it, you know what I mean. Still nothing is popping in my head. The 25th, Gabby's mother, Nicole, last speaks to her daughter on the phone while Gabby was near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. August 30th, that's when Gabby's mom receives the text messages, but does not confirm over the phone it was her. And then we have the sightings. This is from Mrs. Baker. I forget what her first name is. I can't remember. I'm like brain dead after reading all of this. We drove through the Tetons, and the only stop we made was at Jenny Lake, Baker said. Baker said it was 5 p.m. on August 25th when she and her husband spotted Petito's van in the Jenny Lake parking area. On August 29th, 2021 is when Brian got that ride from the TikTok user Miranda. So Miranda said she recalled picking up Petito's fiancé and road trip partner near Coulter Bay Village at 5:30 p.m. August 29th. After some confusion during the ride, she said she dropped off Laundrie on the side of the road near Jackson Lake Dam at 6:09 p.m. If true, that would become the last known sighting of Laundrie before he arrived in Northport, Florida on September 1st with the couple's van, having completed a 35-hour drive. And then we know September 1st, he returned home. September 11th, the parents make a plea where their daughter is, well, her mom and her stepdad. September 14th, Brian's family attorney releases a statement saying that the Laundries hope the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Brian's family would be remaining in the background. Gabby's family responds in a statement asking Brian to cooperate and provide answers to critical questions. The 14th, again, Brian leaves his parents' house and heads to T. Mabry Carlton Jr. Memorial Reserve, supposedly also known as the Carlton Reserve, 24,565-acre preserve in Sarasota County, Florida. So the vehicle was there, and somehow the vehicle was brought back to the house, guys. Maybe you can help me with that part. I'm still a little confused. September 15th, Northport Police become the lead investigated agency missing person case and name Brian a person of interest. September 15th, Laundrie was officially named a person of interest. On Wednesday, as he refuses to cooperate with the investigation. And then on the 16th, Gabby's father pleads with the public and with the Laundrie family to come forward with information that could bring his daughter home. Let me look at comments now. I can see you guys. So that is the timeline. So in between the timeline, of course, we have them searching the park. We have them searching the Mustang. Hi, Bernadette, the Jacko, Lace with Lacey. Hey, girl. Just here or there. Hello. Just here or there. I'm confused on storage because I read too that it was to move stuff out of storage into the house to save money. The last thing I heard, they were leaving at the end of this journey. They were going to go out to Oregon and spend a little bit of time. So maybe that was the reason he said he was going to put the stuff in storage. I don't know. But those dates and those girls missing in the same place at the same time, either it's a crazy coincidence or there's a little more to it. Casby, very strange. He leaves his parents' home the same day he gets named a person of interest. Yeah, right? All the dates are crazy. Like on the 12th. I mean, the 12th and the 13th seem to be like a breaking point. Shredder-tainment, police won't comment on whether he had a gun or not. Well, we can look it up and see if he had a, what are they called? A gun, to have a gun. What is that called? Not a gun registration, but you know what I mean. If he filed a permit, a gun permit. Huh, monkey? A gun, look at you. You need a pillow between your legs? My poor little chihuahua's getting so fat, she's looking like a little piggy. Gun permit, yeah. We could look that up and see if he has one. I'll look it up later. 23, I mean, he didn't, I don't know. The whole he liked to be barefoot kind of thing. Nita Phillips. Yep, and when police called on 910, the little man-child ran into the woods then. Did he? Did he run into the woods? Or did his parents help him get to the woods and figured he would just lay low for a while, and then after his parents can't reach him, they panicked and filed a missing person report? Because if they were in contact and they knew where he was, would they have filed a missing person report? The Jacko local concerned people were starting to show up at his parents' house around that day. They were. And last night they were out there screaming. We know the police left with clothing to track him. And you don't think, guys, with bloodhounds and all of that out there today, that maybe he would have been found if he was hanging out? And I mean, I know it's a lot of acres, but how far could one really get on their feet in one day? Unless they dropped him off with like a motorbike. Shredder-tainment, yeah. Shredder-tainment, I trust nothing the Laundrie family says. I agree. Because he didn't walk there. Kaladis Ashoff. My guess is there was no gun because nothing in the police body cam showed a gun. I don't know. These dates, hey Denise R, these dates are scary because the scary part is, how are you at a cafe? You have an argument supposedly. The girl that is found murdered works there and she goes missing the next day. Nita Phillips. He will want his mommy before long and sneak home. You think so? Hummingbird. Brian's parents said they went to the park and picked up the car and brought it back home. Yep, that's what they said. And I'm taking that it's the Mustang that they were searching. I'm just speculating, just trying to connect, the dots in 1 + 1. But I'm thinking it was probably the Mustang that he took to the park. But did they just take it to the park to make it think that's where he was going? The parents might be helping him get out of, go hide off grid. Or did Brian self-inflict some harm to himself? I am Coyote. I wonder what was in the car when Brian drove it to the park. Supposedly, he had on a backpack with a waist belt, and was he barefoot? Tatanka Peach. I want Brian's parents to be arrested for conspiracy to murder. if she is found deceased. Well, they can be a conspiracy to something if they know something and they're not talking. Florida's rough when it comes to that. Nita Phillips, yep, they could be diverting for him. Yeah, I'm starting to think they are. But what I'm thinking is that they were going to help him with whatever, but then after they lost contact with him for a couple of days, maybe they were like, well, where the hell is he? V thinks that he is out of the country for sure. Hi, Bernadette. V. Courtney Grice. Hummingbird Ashley, yes, ma'am. The picture wasn't confirmed to be him yet. Yeah, let's look at that picture again. Because that picture looks like him. But you know what? It could have been him, and it could have been him walking down the road before they left on the trip. You know? I mean, it. And another picture too is he looks a lot healthier in this picture on the right. But how long ago was that picture? Because he like totally has hair on top. Courtney Grice, was she seen after they were pulled up by the police? I'm wondering if she was so upset about not being with him. Yeah, the timeline after the police day. And then I want to go back and look at that. Because that picture, guys, could honestly be. Yeah. So remember, the pullover was on August 12th. So August 12th, she posted this picture. They go to the the Moonflower Community Cooperative, where Kylan worked, the pretty girl on the right. On the 13th, Woody's. On the 18th, Crystal. Well, I don't know. That's a good question, because there was nothing between the 13th on my timeline and the 18th. So let's go to her Instagram. I mean, if they make these dates any smaller, I'm going to scream. And there's nothing on her Instagram I can see. It ends. The last one is August 12th. Nope, August 19th, August 21st. This is the last Instagram post. But as you see up here, it doesn't have her geo on the top right, like Hummingbird was saying. But the first one where it's at is on the 12th, the picture I had put in the timeline. When they decided to take the path less traveled. Now, was this before or after they got arrested? I don't know. That's the question. I don't see a time on the. I can barely see the date. Like, I have to highlight it and like use a magnifying glass. But this is the last geo date on Instagram, and then when it gets here. But I did notice the sushi picture, them eating the sushi. That was a picture that she posted, and I think she was saying that was their first date. And I think it's this one right here. Here is a picture from our first date because I have so much love for you. Brian asked me to marry him, and I said yes. You make life feel unreal, and every day is a dream with you. Sushi on the beach, fiancé. Hey, Kenny Knackers. Yeah, so it was not his father that ordered Gabby food. It was her father, which is just a minor detail, but I find that interesting. So if we go back to the timeline, the 12th, 9 to 3, she's at the Moonflower. She's also at the Arches National Park, but I don't know what time she was there. Then she's pulled over. We see the body cam footage. Supposedly they go their separate ways. And then this poor couple goes missing on the 13th, last seen at Woody's. August 18th, they're found. And then Brian takes off to Florida August 18th to the 23rd. Why didn't she go with him? I mean, we know she was alive because she was at the hotel FaceTiming with her father. But I wonder why she didn't go with him. Yeah, on August 19th, that's when they posted the 8-minute video documenting the beginning of their van life. But he could have posted it, right? But no, she spoke to her father. She spoke to her mother. So really it's from the 25th on to where I don't know, guys. Let's see what they say real quick. I know that most of you have seen it, but I haven't. I want to see what they say about the search pausing for the night. I was too busy working on that timeline. Does anyone have anything? Hi, Angel. I hope you're doing good. Hi, Nita. Does anyone have anything that I'm missing on this timeline? Besides, like, the people protesting at the house. Like, I'm talking about, like, the man that made the video who spotted Gabby. Do we know a date, supposedly, that he saw her in Teton? Hi, V. Or we don't know a date.
And those search teams, as we mentioned.
Hummingbird, do you remember what day the man with the red shirt and kind of balding said he saw? He only saw him or he saw her? Yeah, I just want to know if he saw both of them, if he just saw the van, and what date it was, please, Hummingbird. Hummingbird helps me find my head in the morning and attach it. Only Brian. Okay. Let's watch this real quick. And I did see something Jules for Thought was talking about. I really didn't get into it, but something about Brian lying about being in Yosemite. That I haven't looked into yet, but let's just check out what the pause in the search says. Do you guys really think he's there? I don't know.
And we'll be back tomorrow at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park in Sarasota County. They are following up on a tip from Brian Laundrie's parents that believe he may have been there days ago when he left. Tonight, Beth Rousseau continues our live team coverage with a look at the search.
Police say that this is a frustrating and unexpected turn. If you take a peek behind me, you can see officers pulling out of the park where we've seen them coming and going all day long. They say this is a case that started out as a search for Gabby Petito, but now has them wondering, where is Brian Laundrie? The search for Gabby Petito's fiancé, Brian Laundrie, is unfolding in Jennifer Anderson's front yard.
It's really crazy to wake up and see your house kind of surrounded by police.
She lives at the entrance to the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, where police are attempting to locate Laundrie, a person of interest in Gabby's disappearance. They say family claims he was heading here Tuesday and hasn't been seen since.
The first time that we've had any in-depth full conversation with them was yesterday. Their attorney called and said that the family is concerned about Brian's whereabouts. They would like to file a missing persons report.
Resources from multiple agencies, including the FBI, are out in the 200-acre park, which opens into the 25,000-acre Carlton Reserve.
We've got 50 plus folks. We've had drones in the air. We've got bloodhounds, canines, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, certainly out there. It's very wet.
Leaders from the Northport Police Department are hopeful they'll find Laundrie, but say in the meantime, he could be in danger.
I think that's fair to say. I mean, you have somebody, there's an enormous amount of pressure, I'm sure, on him to provide answers in what's going on here. We knew we would deal with Brian eventually, but this is certainly a twist.
As a mom, Anderson says she feels for both families.
It's a sad story, it really is. So I'm just hoping they can get resolution and get it resolved.
Gabby's family says that they don't believe Brian Laundrie is missing, just that he's hiding. But the officers that you see pulling out of this park, they say that they want to emphasize that Brian Laundrie is not a suspect in Gabby's disappearance, simply a person of interest. Reporting in Northport, Beth Russo, 8 on your side.
That's hilarious. That's why they have so many people out looking for him. They know that Gabby is the only, that Brian is going to be the only probably connection into finding Gabby. Okay, so then we go on the 26th. Let's just put that in here. Hey, Bex. Hey, girl. So he saw Brian on the 26th at Bowinkle, and he was alone. You can't make this timeline up. The dates with the girls too, it just bothers me. And we can't remember. We have somebody else missing. Robert Stiles Lowry. He went missing the 19th or 20th. Let's go look at him again. Same area. Is it a coincidence with him? Probably. Is it strange? Very. I'm going to have to add this to my timeline. Hey, Lady R. This has to be added to the timeline of a nightmare. Robert Stiles Lowry, last seen at Teton Village in Teton County, Wyoming, August 19th, 2021. And then on the bottom it says August 20th, 2021. And he came from Houston. Right? You can't make it up. Ashley may be trying to trick him into thinking that they don't suspect him at all, so maybe he'll come out of hiding or running, whichever it is he's doing. Well, obviously he does not have a phone with him, right? Because you'd think if he would have had a phone with him that, let's add this man real quick. If he had a phone with him, they're probably going to track him. The parents probably got worried because they're like, oh, where's my sweet little boy? We haven't heard from him in 2 days. Well, we better worry about him now because he's missing, even though, Gabby could have been dropped off somewhere between Wyoming to Florida. He could have pulled the Letitia Stout and took her back on the trip with him. What was the 26th? The Bowinkle? I just added that girl right here. And that was in Yosemite, right? Yeah. Shredder-tainment says, does the van have a GPS? I do not know. It seems like an older van. What year is that van? I don't know if it does. Sandy Smith, Brian isn't missing. He's hiding. Gabby is missing. Bingo. I don't even know if Brian's still with us. I just have a weird feeling that Brian is going to do something stupid. Question mark everything 2012. So would that have a GPS system in it? I don't know. I don't even know if my car has a GPS system in it. You guys see my road trips. I'm a female driver. I'm like, I know you're not in the car with me, but put your seatbelts on. Florida. Hey, Gary, that's not nice, Gary. You got to go. You can't be mean like that. That's just ridiculous. Go be mean somewhere else. Shredder-tainment. I can see Brian faking his death and gaining a new identity. You think so? Hey, advocate. Tatanka Peach. So the 2000, so maybe it has a GPS in it. But you guys don't find the dates weird to them and the girls that were found at the campsite? I'm not saying there's anything, like I'm not saying that they went on like a killing spree and then she was going to freak out and maybe tell the police and then he had to do something with her. I'm not saying that, like a Bonnie and Clyde type deal. But it is very weird and it does not sit well with my spidey sense at all. Where was the van on the 29th? Yeah, exactly, Shredder. Where was the van when he hitchhiked? And how did he get back to the van? Somebody had to have helped him. Maybe that person is not allowed to come forward and talk. I don't know. Maybe they'll come out in a few days. Maybe they're still camping with no internet and don't know what's going on. Yeah, he did go home, but do you think that why did he go home? She stayed at the hotel and her father ordered pizza and they FaceTimed. Carpe says the parents may have gotten him a burner phone. But you don't think maybe they would watch off the parents' phone? Like track looking into their phone too, maybe? Yep, Coyote says to move their stuff to storage. Yep. Because they were going to go out to Oregon. And it's funny too when Miranda, when she picked him up, says that he didn't smell. Like that was the weirdest comment. He didn't even smell. I don't know, guys, but I just wanted to share this timeline with you guys because I thought, seeing it all on paper, it was kind of creepy. Sandy Smith, where is Gabby's phone? Does Brian have it? Who has her phone? I don't know. I know that they've accessed the cloud to the phone. He and she have OCD. Of course he doesn't smell. I am Coyote. And supposedly that's what started everything. Her wanting to keep the place clean, but that's a very small area for an amount of time. That could probably drive the sanest person a little nuts. Especially people that like things in a certain place would probably understand. Like that could probably really trigger an OCD moment. LS, and they got or is that a money sign? And they got the GPS to be able to track exact move. Yeah, he flew home the day that the couple was found. Yeah, Kate says that van isn't larger than a medium-sized economy car. Yeah, it's pretty small. Angel, so many inconsistencies and unanswered questions. But that's the problem is they need Brian. And without Brian, this could be a very unanswered, heart-wrenching situation for a lot of people. But where is Brian getting food? I know he probably might have some food in his backpack to go, but how long does that last? Until you have to make contact with somebody. I don't know, guys. I don't think Brian wants to play the game anymore. Sandy Smith says, I am wondering if Brian would go back to where Gabby is. Where is Gabby? That's the question, right? Did he bring her back to Florida with him? Did he stop in one of those states and let her out? It's an insanely large area. But if he was in Yosemite on the 26th, where that man claims that he only saw Brian, and then so he goes so then he went all the way to Yosemite, then he went back to Coulter 4 days later, and that's when he got the ride from Miranda. It's something missing. Something is definitely missing. Let me see something. I'm curious now. My computer wants to be a shithead right now. It's thinking. It's trying to catch up. Look at Blue Point to Quarry Beach. Just want to see where the girl. All right. What was the name of that bow? Let me go to my timeline, guys. I'm getting tired. Bowinkle. And that was in Yosemite. B-O-W Winkle. Bowinkle. Oh, no. That's in North. So it's in Wisconsin. Is that the one, Hummingbird? West Yellowstone. Oh, there she is. Miss Doodle Detective. Is that in Eau Claire, Wisconsin? Sandy Smith, nobody knows anything. Someone really needs to speak up, or this is a very dangerous game. Oh, this is more than a dangerous game. Carpe diem, I would say. Not on any trails possible at the crossover points that cross busy roads, etc., because the trails in a few spots, I believe, cross highways even. Okay, I'm going to guess that this is where it's at until... probably not. You want me to go to? Okay, I'll go to Woody's in 1 sec. What is the name Hummingbird again? This city where that man supposedly saw Brian in West Yosemite. Montana. What else did I hear about Montana? Across from Woody's. Okay. Let's go back to Woody's. Let's get Woody's back up. All right, 221 Main Street. Okay, let's take off New York. We know she came from Blue Point. Let's focus on this area for a second. Let me change the terrain. And let me add real quick the Moonflower address real quick. I want to see something. Huh. So they were 8. So you know what, guys? This timeline is insanity. That was a busy day, the 12th and the 13th. "1115 N Cannon at Yellowstone, Montana." All right, 1115. I really am going blind. Okay, so that's up here to the north, tiny bit to the west from Teton County. Here's Jackson. Where Miranda came in contact with him on the 29th. And then he was here on the 26th. I have a feeling whatever happened to her probably happened on the 25th. Okay, what did Sadistic say? Gabby told her friend of his fits of rage, confusion, and hearing voices. Yeah, the friend did say a lot. You talking about Rose? Sadistic also says there is evidence Brian has experienced adult onset schizophrenia, would also explain his erratic behavior and talking to himself at the lake when the stranger took the picture of him. What picture, Sadistic? Yeah, he's a weird little bean. No question. I didn't see a picture at the lake. I see this picture, but they're saying that this was him walking, I guess, Tuesday, but I don't see a backpack, so this could have been any time of, like, it could have been from months ago. And I didn't hear about him sitting at the lake talking to himself. Butterfly 70. Because that's where Gabby and Brian were living with his parents for the past couple of years before they decided to go on this road trip. And he came back to Florida on September 1st with Gabby's van. But, I mean, Gabby could have been in the van, but there's no sightings of Gabby. What did Tony say? Tony G. Front of officer, then officer asked about her phone, and Brian went into the van and got it out, handed to the cop. But when police opened the door to the SUV, Gannon was on the phone with, I thought she was talking to her mom, from what I heard, from the back of the police car. Butterfly 70, it seems like they would search Yosemite area. I mean, that area is, I think it would be trying to find like a half of a needle in a haystack. I don't know. The times are insane, especially with the timeline and where the girls were. Which is here in Moab. And the other lady saw them in Teton at the lake. She didn't see anybody there, but she saw the van because she remembered the Florida tags. And supposedly the man saw Brian alone up here, 115 North Cannon at Bowinkles in Montana. So what do you guys think is going to happen tomorrow? You guys think Brian's going to be found, or do you think he's going to live off grid as long as he can, or do you think that he has done something to harm himself? Let me go look at the poll. Kate, nope, what? Oh, look at Don. Talk with Don Wells. Blood Money. Benny's live with a phone call with Don Wells. I'm going to end this soon anyways, but let me check my poll. Okay. I asked. So now we find out Brian Laundrie is MIA, and supposedly since Tuesday. What happened to him? He is hiding because in all reality he has not been charged, 76%. He inflicted self-harm to himself, 22%, and if other, please post in the comments. If an accident occurred, he could be in shock, flight or fight type thing. He needs to talk, in my opinion. My elderly cats. He's on the run, moving the body to a better spot. Oh, that's not. He could. Lizzie B, I don't know, jumped on a boat and is not in the USA anymore. Ramona, I think he's contemplating suicide if Gabby's body is found because he's a coward. Why not tell the story? Why run and hide? Unfortunately, I think Gabby's deceased. Rather, it was an accident or intentional, and now he's remorseful, but he's not willing to go to jail. So he ran. Ramona, I agree with you 100% with that comment. That's exactly how I feel. Did she sadistic? But what about the other couple that saw the van? And then what about the man that saw him in West I don't know where they are. These little states up here are so congested. They're like hanging out on the borders. I think the parents tried to help him go off grid for a while, and now they're scared because either they had a way to communicate and he stopped communicating, or something. But we all know that all of those policemen and bloodhounds and dogs and drones, they need Brian in order to find Gabby. His Insta name is, it's bizarre underscore design underscore, but only one underscore. There's another one that has two underscores at the end. But that's also the one that has that picture that people are saying it's fake. I don't know how it's fake. I just think it's not from recent. And now it's gone. You don't click on this picture and get that post anymore with the succulents in the window of the Mustang, maybe. Looks like a Mustang. But then it says here, follow my main account at bizarre underscore design underscore. So maybe it really wasn't a fake Instagram account. Maybe it's just a backup. But you can't get that post anymore. Let me show you the post I speak of, guys. And then I'm going to bed. Starting to feel a little brain dead. This picture right here. This was the one that was on that backup Instagram. Which it looks like the yellow house. It looks just like the plans because we went back and looked at the plans in the van from the road trip and all of that. But somebody said that the original of this photo would have been posted 23 weeks ago or something. But then why would the plans, like, I don't know, something's not adding up. Because the first time I saw this picture and I did this screen share, it was 2 days ago. And that was 18 hours. In the live last night, we clicked on it, and I think it said 18 hours. Today, let me close all this stuff out. Today, it's gone. You can't click on it and get that picture up anymore. Let me follow him, even though I don't go on Instagram. So I find that a little interesting, that picture's gone. And it was there. It was there yesterday. I don't know how Instagram works. I do not know if it... You think it's fake, Sadistic Biscuit? It could be. The picture is not fake. So somebody had to have taken that picture with their little plants. And I have yet seen that picture except for when I click that icon. Unless they took it down. I don't know why he reminds me of so much of Chris Watts. So Bizarre Design says 63 weeks ago. My biggest fear is that one day I'll wake up and it will have all been a dream, because that is what every second has felt like since the moment we found each other. Till death do us part, or until I wake up. I'm so happy the answer was yes. Love you, honey. And then someone says, damn, he really said till death do us part, then said bye. That's a weird post, right? My biggest fear is that one day I'll wake up and it will have all been a dream. Come out, wherever you are, you little coward boy. I don't know, guys. I can't wrap my head around this one. He definitely has some mad skills. Unless like making rubber stamps or I don't know. He does something. His work is on the dark side, but he definitely is artistic. So are these little things on top um like full picture folders? I'm just curious. I know nothing about Instagram, guys, and I'm not going to look at it now because I'll be there till 4 o'clock in the morning. Kate says he doesn't come off as evil to me. No, he doesn't. Either did Chris Watts. Chris Watts looked like he walked around like a dog with his tail tucked between his legs. It's called Your Story. Girl, I am not getting into that tonight. I'll be up all night. Nope, not doing it. I wanted to touch on the timeline and the dates and just how bizarre the dates are and the area. And why did he get if the girl did pick him up and he knew the direction they were going, why did he panic and he had to get out of the car? Did he drive and drop her off somewhere by 115 North Cannon Street in Montana? I mean, look at how close that line is, state line. I mean, you're dealing with a couple of different states up here too. Yes, Miss Doodle Detective, I just see her. I showed those last night. But they are smaller. So how did the plants get smaller 23 weeks ago? I'm not buying it. You guys can say it's a fake Instagram. I don't know. That picture's not fake. The picture came from somewhere. Monkey, can you please look into the family and the brother who is allegedly a cop? Yeah, I'll look into them tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get nosy a little bit. I haven't gotten nosy at all. Like, I haven't even pulled up Brian's background because I don't know, guys. My gut tells me that we're probably not going to see Brian. It's just my feeling. But I will look into them tomorrow, Shredder. I'll get nosy. I mean, don't threaten me with a good time, right? Ashley, Shredder is his bro cop because that could explain a whole lot. The stepfather is a fireman, right? EMT fireman. Yeah, Jackson Lake Dam. Yeah, that's another place where he got dropped off at. We got a couple of them. Let me see if there's one in Jackson. My eyes are really bad. Here we go. Okay. I mean, look at how many national parks border each other. Now, I'm not a national park kind of girl. I love camping, but have I wanted to go out into like the middle of the heat and sand and climb a mountain or go hiking? Absolutely not. Hey, stop it, hummingbird. I'm only running if somebody's chasing me. And my rooster gets me running once in a while, but yeah, I'm good. Now I just take the broom and him and I spar it out for a couple minutes until he gives up. Thank you, Miss Doodle Detective. So here's Jackson Dam. Let's go down here and have a look real quick. And the Jackson Dam is on the Snake River, right? Yep, it is. And this is the coincidence. So poor little Michael Vaughn. Oh, let's go have a look, guys. Put your seatbelts on, and then I'm going to end it, guys. I just want to check this out real quick. It is beautiful out there. The evergreens are beautiful. I could handle this type of landscaping, terrain. Like, that is beautiful. But like sand dunes and stuff like that, hey, Patty Boop, I couldn't handle that to save my life. But this is beautiful. Oh, they took out the name. So here's the dam. Obviously, this is where Brian got out on the 29th, if Miranda is telling the truth. Where was the van? Where do you guys think the van was? Angel, I get my information from everywhere. I don't have a website. Yeah, Kate, right? It's breathtaking. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And like what's his name? Gonzo was saying he's out there right now. He was saying that there's still snow up on top on the caps. I don't know, guys, because let me go back to the map again. The dates, I think the dates are key. And if that man did see, because he had, what was the drive? 32-hour drive? Let's go back to my little timeline. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need to add him actually into the mix because that poor man's missing too. And probably just a coincidence on that one, but it's still a little strange. And then, of course, you've got Woody's fighting over the fact that they weren't there today. They said they were supposed to be there. Yep, the dates are weird. The dates are completely baffling to me. I want to know where the car was when the hitchhiker, when he got a ride and why he got a ride. That to me is so bizarre. And why would you get a ride if you have a van unless you didn't? I don't know. It's just there's a couple weird little missing spots that keep me up late at night thinking about where was the van? Where did you leave Gabby? Because even if he left East Montana and he had to drive all the way back to Florida, that's like a 40-hour drive. And that was the 26th. And then you drive all the way over here into Northport. Right about there somewhere. So anywhere in between, it's scary. But guys, I'm going to end this with the note on, I have to truly believe that if they don't find Brian, then this is going to be, I don't know, guys. I don't want to think bad, but I do not think, I don't know where Brian is, but my gut tells me that I don't think Brian's going to want to hang out and play this game. I think he's going to be a coward and take the evil way out. But that's my own opinion. I hope not. I mean, this is all I'm going to talk about until we get an update, and hopefully they're going to pull him out of the woods. But I don't even believe that he's there. I believe that the parents set it up, put the car there to make it like he was there. But the mom probably dropped the car off. The dad probably drove the kid down the street somewhere. Who knows? But now they're panicking because they can't find their boy. That's the question you have to ask yourself. Why has he not been in contact with his parents? Because I do not think if he was in contact with his parents that the parents would have like the FBI, the cops, the sheriffs, wild games out there. Like, you can't make it up, guys. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming in, and everyone have a great night. Thank you, H-Bird, Kate, Shredder, Georgie. She's probably sleeping. Wait, Kate, I don't think they are panicking. That was a heads up signal to Brian. That's a big heads up, Kate. I don't know if I was trying to get my kid out of town, that I would honestly call the FBI to come in with bloodhounds and stuff. I don't know, but if the parents are lying and they're covering something up, Florida's a rough state. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. I wish I was down here right now in the Bahamas. Yeah. All right, guys. Good night. Everyone have a good night. Stay vigilant and keep your babies close.